It's TBIC, the best in sports entertainment here live in Empowerment USA. TNS Media Group is the team. So it's been, the world has been informed that Saquon Barkley will be sitting out this week's matchup against the New York Giants. Saquon Barkley is about a little over 100 yards shy of the record of Eric Dickerson. The head coach made a decision along with the players to sit a lot of the starters, and Saquon Barkley will be one of the starters who will be sitting. A lot of people wanted to see him break the record. In my opinion, I thought that, of course the fans want to see him do it. I thought that the players wanted to see it done and so forth and so on. But now that's not the case. They saying, hey, Saquon is going to sit out, get healthy for a playoff run possibly. They may have to play the Buccaneers, who they had a hard time playing against. You never know who's going to be in that 7th seed. So I kind of agree with this decision, in my opinion, to sit him out. I know the record looks, like something it's obtainable, but is it worth, getting hurt and possibly missing the playoff game? No, it's not. So, what's your thoughts, Mr. Jackson?
I agree with the decision because there is a bigger goal at the end of the road, which is the Super Bowl, and you're going to need Saquon Barkley for this stretch right here. It's not we could plug another guy in and we can go from there. But for you to be so close, me and my bias and my greedy opinion, just to see the record broke, he's right there at the brink of it.
Yeah.
Me even more of wanting him to do it because of the comment that Eric Dickerson made about him not wanting the record broke. Like, man, he didn't, a record that Eric Dickerson made 40 years ago. And I understand why he wouldn't want it broke. It's been upstanding for 40 years. In his mind, it may just last for the rest of his life. And for him to see Saquon Barkley on the brink of that is bringing him a little discomfort. But overall, for the greater good of the team, because it's not a one-man sport, it was the correct decision because Philadelphia may just as well go into the playoffs because they're locked into the number 2 seed, so they don't have a bye, so they're coming out the gates hot, and they may just as well play their kryptonite, which is Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And in order for them to beat Tampa Bay, they need a full, strong, healthy Saquon Barkley.
And even, and Tampa Bay may win the division. You never know. But then they got to play the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
And the Packers are 11-5, man, and they're a very, very good team.
And dangerous.
So you look at that. You was coming regardless of whether he break the record or not. You have to play either one of these teams. A team that's been a thorn in your side, like the Buccaneers, and then you have a team to play a team like the Packers, who are 11-5. They have been playing well all season, have a good young quarterback, and then you risk all that with him getting injured where he's, we can say he's possibly the best player on the Eagles right now?
Yes. Offensively, right now, he is the best player, the most paid attention to. And when I say paid attention to, the defense plans for him. Every week when the Eagles get ready to play another opponent, defensive coaches sit up at night and game study this man. They try to put things into play they know they're not going to stop him. Just to slow him down, and it's him. Not to say that you're taking credit from A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith or Dallas Goedert or Jalen Hurts. I'm not taking no credit from them. But the focal point on this team, Philadelphia Eagles team, this year is Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, and then what about the Giants? I think the Giants is like, shoo, wow. I'm glad he can do that. Talking about the vice president, the GM. All these people on the Giants are like, man, we're glad he's not playing because they didn't want to add more insult to injury.
Yeah, by giving him up, they didn't made a couple numerous flaws this year. You let him go, which I know they're regretting now. They're kicking themselves in the behind about that. And then not only did you let him go, you let him come. They didn't have no control of it, but by you letting him go, he came to a division rival. So you got to see him twice a year in New York. So I know this weighs heavy on the conscience. And then now the final game, the final game of the season, whereas though Saquon Barkley is on the brink of breaking Eric Dickerson's record, and it just well may be against the New York Giants, if he was to play, they don't want. That's just a whole bunch of backlash on the New York Giants organization.
Yeah, and then now you have Saquon, right?
Right.
He's going to have a week off. Little injuries, little bumps and bruises here and there.
Yeah.
What does that mean for whoever he plays next week, whether it's the Buccaneers or the Green Bay Packers? what does that mean for that team going up against that offensive line and having to handle someone like Saquon Barkley, who's going to be healthy, fresh, ready to go?
All I can say to that team, or whoever that opponent is beware of dogs and get ready. That's it.
Yeah, so, but me personally, being a fan of the NFL, I would have loved to see Saquon get this record. I would have loved to see him.
I would have loved to see it
against
too.
the Giants, for a team that kind of, I don't want to say counted them out, but kind of was like, hey, go ahead, go figure it out. You go see what's out there for you. And he went out there and he ended up being a Philadelphia Eagle. And you see his body at work this season and what he's done. And in my opinion, even if he doesn't get the record, in my opinion, I think he would have got it.
Yes.
In my
He'd
opinion.
have definitely got it against the New York
I think he would
Giants.
have got it. That's the worst deep rushing.
He need
defense
he need 100 yards exactly.
101
Excuse me, 101 yards. Mm-hmm. The 1 is what breaks the record.
Correct.
The 100 is what ties the record up with Eric Dickerson.
Mm-hmm.
There was no doubt in my mind he was. Now I could be wrong, but in my mind, I don't think that he would be denied that record if permitted the chance to play.
Yeah, I agree. So shout out to Saquon for putting the team first, because that's what he did, and he didn't put himself before the team. So I commend you. And it's TBIC, the best in sports entertainment.
If you're a caregiver, please check your pay stubs to be sure you're paid for overtime. Here at Mecca Care, we make sure you're getting paid time and a half for overtime. Call now.